Hi everybody, and welcome to Vanessa, my life, my journey. What? Y'all, I am here today to do my scalp care routine. I think this is the scalp care number 3. I did the dermal roller, I think 2 days in a row, and the next day I was gonna go over and remove the scalping, but it took a little longer for the scalping to scalp, so I think it's been like a week or two. And so today I'm noticing that some of the scalping wants to come off. So what I'm going to do is take a clean the scalping off and then do my other routine. I want to shave my head again. It's been like 2 weeks since I shaved my head last, and I'm supposed to be shaving it once a week. But if I'm not going anywhere, like, I could wait 2 weeks. It like don't really matter. But I want to remove the dead skin. So I have a piece of paper down here on the table, a white piece of paper. So when the particles are falling off of my scalp, and just to let you know, you guys, these are not dandruffs. I do not have dandruffs. This is the skin, the dead skin, that when I did the microdermablation, whatever. When I did that, this is the skin that is, gonna fall off, and when it falls off, it's going to show new skin. So, I want to be doing the micro roller. I want to do that at least once every week, probably 2 days back to back, or just one good long day. But as I said, I still haven't ordered the proper needle that I'm supposed to order. I might go ahead and order that today after I finish this video. So yeah, I'm gonna just start. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's just falling off. Let me show this to you close up. I just have a comb, and I'm just scraping it in the skin. I don't know if y'all can see that close up. I'm probably gonna have to bring this camera closer. Whoa, I just dropped everything. Let me take a little break, and I'm gonna bring the camera closer so y'all can see this. So you guys, I'm back. You can't see my face now, but I'm about to hold my scalp down, so hopefully you can see my scalp, and you can see all of this. This is dead skin from the micro needling. I do not have dandruffs, so this is not dandruff. This is the dead skin. The scar tissue skin. So I'm going to show you that, and I hope I'm holding my head right where you guys can see it. Because my scalp is dry and I don't want to irritate my scalp, I'm going to take some of my almond oil and put this on my scalp as I finish scraping it, because this is a process. You want to try to get as much of this off as you possibly can before you do the micro needling again, because otherwise this is going to be getting in your needling and it's just going to make more work for you to clean. So as much of it as you could possibly get off. And this doesn't hurt, you guys. Number one, sometimes I take my fingernail like this and see I'm getting it off with my fingernail. It doesn't hurt. I'm not tender-headed, number one. Sometimes when I'm doing the derma rolling, it hurts a little bit though, because you're puncturing the scalp. And so you guys, what I was about to say is, if you have any questions about this process, leave them in the comments bar below and I could do a Q&A video. I don't know if y'all can see that when I use my nail. And if you're going to use your nail, one, you want to make sure they're clean. Number two, you want to make sure you have some kind of oil on there, because you don't want to be scraping. I don't know why though. This is just me using my nail. It gets deeper down and gets it off. It's like it's peeling, because the going back and forth with the comb eventually might irritate your scalp. And some of you are probably going to say, like, I don't know what your questions are, but I'm just like thinking what some of the questions probably would be, like, how long am I going to do this? How will I know to stop doing it? And the more you do it, when you have so much scar tissue on your scalp like I do, the more you do it, the more of that scar tissue you're removing. And so eventually, after you remove so much scar tissue, then you'll get down to the scalp part where the hair follicles are coming back through. Like right now, my scar tissue is so deep that my hair follicles are not even showing. And so to me, like in some of these little spots where you might see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I could feel it with my hand. I could feel little small baby hairs of scar tissue, you know, coming through. At first, my scalp was so smooth that I didn't even have that. So the more scar tissue that I remove, I'm exposing my hair follicles, and that's what you want to do. You want, if you have scar tissue on your scalp like mine, you want to expose your hair follicles. Your hair is not gonna ever grow back if the hair follicles are not there. And in my case, the hair follicles, I just breathe and all of this. Let me show you guys how much of this dead skin came off of my scalp again. I just breathe on that and it flew everywhere. So my scalp is so covered in scar tissue that my hair follicles are not being exposed, and my scalp is like rubbery. So like I told you guys in the previous video, the purpose of me doing this, one, I would love for my hair to grow back one day, but if for some reason or another my hair never grows back, I've accepted that. But if I can remove some of the scar tissue so my scalp won't be that rubbery, and then I could shave my head and it doesn't look like a difference, you know, it's not such of a big difference, then I will start wearing my scalp outside bald, like keep my hair shaved and wear it bald. But because of the difference in the texture of the skin in my scalp is probably why I'm not wearing it bald. But since I've been doing this, like I've told you guys, I have noticed a huge difference. And as long as I keep noticing a difference, like when you start any kind of a process, my necklace, y'all, keep hitting on the table. When you start a process and you know your body or you know your situation, like when you start a new routine, you will be able to notice the difference, or you'll be able to notice if there's not a difference. So because you know yourself and your body so well, you will notice a difference. So for me, it's not about what anybody else is telling me about doing this. It's about the difference that I have noticed myself. And as long as I continue to notice a difference, that's how long I will be doing this. As long as I continue to notice that it is removing scar tissue, as long as I continue to notice that my scalp is getting better and the texture is different, I will continue to do this. And like I said, I am going to keep my head shaved. I probably will never grow my hair back again unless it all starts to, as long as it's uneven and bald in certain areas, I'm going to keep my head shaved. But if my hair starts to grow back and this process eventually works where my hair follicles are exposed and my hair start growing back, then yeah, I'm going to let my hair grow back. But while I'm walking through this process and I'm keeping my head shaved, I was just like, why not try to do something to see if you could look at all that dead skin that came out of there. I was like, why not see if there is some kind of process that you could do at home that might make your situation better? Because number one, I don't have money or insurance or anything like that to try to remedy this situation with medical help. But because I'm doing it myself, I could probably spend more quality time in doing what I need to do to get this done right, or to make some kind of improvement, because I've been living with this like this for a very, very, very long time. So, you know, if I can invest the time necessary to probably make a little bit of a difference, that's good with me. All of this stuff that's coming off of my scalp is scar tissue that's just there, and it's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna go away if you don't do something to make it go away. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to do the process as long as I see some type of result. So what I'm gonna do next, I don't know if y'all can see, I probably got as much of that off that is going to come off with my hands. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean my scalp, and I am going to clean my scalp with some soap and water. I'm going to clean my scalp with some vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and then I'm going to do my derma rolling for today. And I might do it today and tomorrow, and then wait a whole nother week before I excavate. I'm calling it an excavation. Before I excavate all of the dead skin off of it again. Scar tissue skin is what I like to call it. So I'm going to continue to do this. So let me get the water, or I can do it right now. So I have this here. I got some water over here that I put in here. I do not have any shampoo over here, but what I'm going to use is this. I'm only going to need a little of it. This is by Liquid Oxygen. And this is their acne wash with salicylic acid. So as you can see, some of the dead skin is coming off on the towel, and some of it is in the water. So I'm going to do this twice. I just want to make sure that my scalp is clean, and I want to get as much as the dead skin off as possible before I start derma rolling, because I hate when that skin gets into the derma roller. I personally hate it. So again, more dead skin on the towel. I don't know if y'all can see that. More dead skin on the towel, and we're gonna derma roll probably my head all over. So I'm gonna leave that right here, more of the dead skin, and I'm gonna get everything out that I need for the derma roller. I need my derma roller. And the next step, y'all know this is my apple cider vinegar in here, and I have a little dishwashing liquid cap on top of it. After I clean my scalp, I'm just going to take that and roll that all over my scalp to make sure I'm sterilizing. It may burn a little bit if you have actually rubbed your skin the wrong way, or you know, it was abrasive. For me, it didn't really burn, but in one spot I felt a little burn. So that's that. I'm wringing my towel out so I can clean the table off again. I just want to make sure you're working with very sanitized stuff. I'm gonna just wipe. I'm gonna clean this later, but I'm just wiping it and getting any hair. So I'm gonna go get me a little bowl. I like to stick my derma roller inside of a bowl in between passes. So let me go get a bowl. Okay, you guys, I'm back. You're not seeing my head right now because I'm gonna hold my scalp down for you guys. I have my bowl and I have my derma roller. I'm gonna take my derma roller out the case. It's clean, but I like to sterilize it before I start using it. So I take my apple cider vinegar and pour that on there. The extra apple cider vinegar is falling down in the bowl. So in between passes, if I want to clean my derma roller, I'll just stick it in a bowl. You also want to have a napkin, because if you set it down, you don't want to sit it down on a hard surface and bend your needles. So yeah. So the next thing I like to do, because I like to oil my scalp, and I don't want to do this with a dry scalp, because I want to make sure at all times I'm not irritating my scalp. So I always put some of the animal oil on. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to take my derma roller, and remember, the derma roller, you want to be going in up, down, cat-a-corner, side, just all different ways, multiple passes, multiple times. Again, this is not the correct needling for my scalp. The needles need to be, for my scalp and the damage that I have to my scalp, I need longer needlings. This is not the proper size. This is smaller. This is more for your face, for normal facial issues. Now, if you had deeper scarring, then you also would need the longer needles to reach down that scarring. The deeper the scarring and the deeper the depth of the scarring and the more scar tissue that you have, you need the longer needles. So this is not causing damage to my scalp. It's not going to hurt anything, but it's not going to effectively do what all I'm not going to benefit from this as much as I could if the needles were longer, because it's not going down deep, 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 deep. So of course this process is taking longer with this than it would if I had the proper needling. But right now I'm using what I have. So let's get started and stop talking. And to probably answer a question that some of you guys are having right now, does this hurt? The last time I did it, it hurted a little bit, but this time it's not hurting me. Sometimes the more of the scar tissue you're going to remove away, in my case, I cannot speak for everybody else. Number one, I'm not tender-headed. And number two, I feel like the more scar tissue that I had on there, the more it's probably going to hurt. And it seems like every time I remove a level of scar tissue, the pain gets less. And then once I do this, I can probably scrape my scalp again with the comb and probably remove more dead skin, because in this instance, because today was the day that I removed dead skin, doing this process is probably going to also uplift some more of the dead skin. So that's a good thing that you're removing as much of the dead skin as possible before, the next week around this time, I'll remove more dead skin. So I actually just do this as long as I can tolerate it. And I want to make sure that I'm doing enough passes over it in order to, this process is what is excavating the scar tissue and the dead skin. So you want to make sure that you're doing enough passes and you're doing it enough in order to make the dead skin come up for next week. You don't want to do this, which I thought last week when I did it, or week before last when I did it, I thought that it didn't do a good job. I was like, I don't think I'm going to get any dead skin up, because the next day, the third day, I went to check it and it was like no dead skin. And then almost a week, it's like it's no dead skin. But today when I was checking it, it was like, oh, so the dead skin is ready. So it's taking longer, and probably because these needles are not as long as they should be, it's taking longer for the dead skin to, I don't know what the word for it, but it's taking longer for the dead skin to get ready to peel off. So I want to make sure I'm doing this enough that it's, it's going to create enough friction or activity or whatever to create as much dead skin as possible. and get as much scar tissue as possible. Like I said in another one of my videos, and if you guys want to see the beginning of this process, I have a playlist for my scalp Derma roller, or I don't know what I named it, but anyway, I have a whole playlist so you can watch all the videos back to back from the beginning up until this point. If you want to see the whole journey of my scalp and everything. But from the beginning, like, I had scar tissue and I had a little indentation down up in my head from the scar tissue. It was somewhere over here, and now that indentation is totally gone. So I've removed that level of scar tissue from my scalp. And like I say, I'm just going to continue with this process as long as I feel I need to. I'm probably going to order the correct needle today when I get off from recording. So the next time maybe I do this, I will have the proper tool that I need. And I must have really got most of the dead skin off because it's not that much coming up. That's a good thing. I want to give y'all, I don't know if y'all can see that good. I want to give y'all a close-up. I'm trying to keep my hands off the table because I don't want to shake the table. And y'all, I just use this as a relaxing, meditative process. Like, I close my eyes and I could just keep doing it until I feel like I don't want to do it any longer. Because my area is so big, I need to spend more time on it. like I say, it's not hurting me. And like when you're doing this, you will notice, like I say, you know more about your body than anybody else does. You may notice an area that you need to concentrate on more than others. So for me, this area over here, and I feel also some of that dead skin coming up. There is some of it. But for me, this area over here, I feel like I need to concentrate on this area more. Don't ask me why, but I just noticed a difference in the scalp. And for me, this area over here, I feel like I need to concentrate more on. So you might see me spend more time over here. For me, I think I'm past the point of this, like, really doing anything for me. You know, I think it's going to get rid of some more dead skin, but I think I'm past the point with this that I need the other needles. It's probably doing a little something, but it's not as much as it needs to do. And last week when I did this, I had to put more pressure on it because the needles are not long enough. So I had to put more pressure on it. This week I'm not putting that extra pressure on it, so I think I need to do that. So I'm gonna do that. But I like to just I don't know if you guys can see that. I like to, and don't let your needle touch the bowl at all or scrape the bowl. So I'm going to put this down and I just roll it in there. And I just like to sterilize it in between passes. I'm going to put a little more pressure. I feel like I need the pressure because the needles are not that long. And without me putting the pressure on, I feel like I'm just doing it for nothing. I don't feel like I'm doing anything if I don't put pressure. And like the last time when I did this, I took a napkin and I took a napkin to rub over my scalp to show you guys whether or not it's bleeding or anything like that, which I don't think it is. But if it does, it's actually a good thing. I do see a little few red dots. It's actually a good thing when you're bleeding. And of course, if I had the proper needle, I would see more blood. But the last time I didn't see any blood. So if you do see blood, don't be alarmed because that's actually a good thing. So yeah, I'm just going to continue. I'm going to put a little bit more pressure. I feel some of the dead skin coming off. Y'all see that? It's just rolling off. These are not dandruffs. It's actually scar tissue skin. And that's one reason why I don't want to do this on a dry scalp. Because I don't want to irritate my scalp. Yeah, a lot more dead skin is coming off. So let me put my paper back down here and go over my scalp. I'm actually looking at the paper and I could see the skin falling off. It's very important that you remove as much of that dead skin as you can, because that's going to allow the Derma roller to go down farther. The more dead skin that you remove from the previous week, it's going to help you expose more for the next week. So let me show you about how much has come off today. That's a lot. Oh, and plus I dropped some on the table. I'm going to pass the comb one more time. And if you want to, you could put pressure. I hadn't been putting pressure up until this point, but I'm adding a little pressure this time. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to add a little more because I wiped some of this off. I don't want to be doing this on a dry scalp. And remember, this time I'm adding pressure. And you actually know when you've had enough. Since you're doing this yourself, you know when you've had enough. I'm not doing my whole head, but I do like to do my front right here. And I did do my sides the last time, but I didn't see if I had any dead skin to remove from there. Okay, y'all, that's enough for today. I am going to do this process again tomorrow. Y'all, let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do a video every single time I do it. It's doing the same process over and over again, but one thing about showing you every time I do it, you get to see the progress of my scalp. I'm cleaning my derma roller or just getting any of the excess dead skin off of there right now. I don't know if you can see that vinegar. It has like some particles down in here. So I am going to go and clean my derma roller, because tomorrow when I do this, I want to do it with a clean derma roller. And if you want to know how I clean my derma roller, then there is I'm going to put links in my videos. There's a link in my video to it's going to be a link in the description to show you how I clean the derma roller. So just to finish this process up, I was going to shave my head today, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again tomorrow, and then tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm going to do this process again Thursday, and then I'm going to shave my head Friday, and then the next video you'll see after that process, because I'm probably going to record it again tomorrow so you guys can see how my scalp looks the day after. So then probably a week from probably a week from Friday, I will remove the dead skin again. This is a process, you guys. Nothing happens overnight. So the last thing I do to finish up, I clean my scalp again. I'm going to take some vinegar on a cotton ball. And this should burn because you've punctured your scalp. This should burn. If it burns, that means you did what you were supposed to do. But I'm not tender-headed. It does burn, but I'm not tender-headed. I want to make sure I clean this area very well. And just because I like to look at stuff, I'm going to check my cotton ball. There's more dead skin and dead particles on that. And I'm going to spray my scalp with some rose water. And you can tap it in opposed to rubbing. I like to tap. And then I'm taking some black castor oil. This black castor oil is from IQ Naturals. And the last thing I'm going to do, my alma oil is a part of this whole process. Throughout the process, the alma oil and the vinegar is a regular part of the process. So the last thing I do, and this almond oil goes a long way, a little bit. I put too much, but a little bit goes a long way. Like this bottle is going to last me a very long time, even if I use it every day. I would think that would last me a year or two. And it's not that expensive. So all these things are supposed to promote a healthy hair growth, work as a sterilizer, and just so many different benefits. If you want me to do a video on the different benefits, so let's get a close-up. This is how the scalp is looking today, you know, immediately after the process. So then tomorrow at the beginning of my treatment, I will show you so that's how it's looking. I hope y'all can see that. Just in case you didn't, let me bring the camera just a little bit closer. Okay, you guys, that is it for today. Let me pick my camera up so y'all can see my ugly face. That is it for today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments in the comment bar below. Press the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and be sure to come back for another video. You really help me out by watching these videos in full and leaving lots of comments. I read all the comments, so make sure you leave lots of comments. You can leave more than one, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Okay? I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye now.